Good evening. We are now in the 20th Sunday in Ordinary Time. And I think today is also a Mission Sunday. And the church is inviting us to go not only to the farther lands, but we can be a missionaries in our homes. That's why after my homily, Sister Titra would speak about, and she would have this mission appeal for each one of you. Okay, our gospel for today talks about the 10 lepers. But when they realized that they were healed, only one came back to Jesus and give him thanks. Our gospel for today is very rich in meaning, and it would give us more realizations why these 10 lepers and only one came back, and why the one who came back to Jesus is also a Samaritan, a foreigner. So what are the meaning of this? Oftentimes in our life, we always ask the Lord for all the blessings that we want. But when the blessings already had in our life, or we got already the blessings, oftentimes we forget to give thanks to Him. Human experience would say, how many Catholics around the world would go to the Mass every Sunday? In Australia, we have, according to the statistics of year back 2015 or 2017, there are 23.3% Catholics. And how many Catholics would go to their churches, to their parishes every Sunday? Do you know how many percent? I don't know also. But I suppose many Catholics, sometimes they are Catholics only by name, or sometimes they denounce their faith. Anyhow, the point is this: the Lord is asking us to give thanks to God always. But how? The Lord has given us a lot of blessings in our life. We have the rising sun. We wake up every day. All those are blessings. As we go to the church is always a blessing. That's why, how do we know, or how do we recognize the blessing of God in our life? Or how do we give thanks to Him? And how to show our thanksgiving to Jesus? I would like to emphasize 3 things in order for us to see if we are capable, or we are worthy of giving thanks to Jesus. First, we can give thanks to Jesus first through obedience. Our obedience is a sign of thanksgiving to God. You see in the first reading, Naaman obeyed the prophet. And what the prophet said to Naaman, go to the river, that river, and take a bath. And Naaman followed the prophet, and he plunged himself 10 times. And you know the skin of Naaman? It's become the skin of a baby. And why on that river? At the time, that river is one of the dirtiest river in that area. You must go to the other river that is more clean. But why on that particular river? You see, through obedience, God bestowed His blessing to Naaman. That's why in our life, if we know how to obey God, we are giving our thanks to Him. And as we obey the Lord, we can receive blessings also. That's why one way of knowing ourselves if we are worthy of that thanksgiving, if we are worthy of that blessing, we must obey the Lord. The second thing, faithfulness. Are we faithful? Mother Teresa emphasized this thing. She said, we are called not to be successful, but we Christians are called to be faithful. We can be a successful person, but are we faithful enough to our baptismal consecration? Are we faithful to our vocation as Christians? As I told you, today is a mission Sunday. That's when there's a mission appeal. Are we faithful to the gospel of Jesus? Are we faithful to the church? Are we faithful to the Lord? So let us ask ourselves once again. Are we the obedient children of God? Are we faithful to God? And the third thing is faith. We go to our churches every Sunday. Why? Because we want to give thanks to God and we want to confirm our faith once again. Our Sunday Masses is one of the ultimate way of giving thanks to God. And it's always, our Sunday Masses or our Masses is the way of confirming, strengthening our faith. That's why, my dear brothers and sisters, our way of thanksgiving to God are these three things. What are those? Obedience, faithfulness, and faith. Or you can remember this thing. Through obedience and being faithful, we are saved by faith. My dear brothers and sisters, like the Samaritan leper has been healed, let us once again see ourselves if we give thanks to God enough into our life. Are we obedient? Are we faithful? Do we confirm our faith every Sunday? Those are three things that would help us to realize that we can give thanks to God always in our life. Amen. Sister Chitra.